morning. It is Wednesday. It's January 30th. This is WGTV Today, Wayne Goldsboro Television. Right. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you there. Yeah, it's June. If I said to you, hey, hey, boo-boo.
What would I think?
What would you think?
I would think of the cartoon, I can't think of the name of it, that used to come on with Yogi Bear. That's the name of it, Yogi Bear. It just hit me. It just came to me that quick.
This is the day, this is the anniversary of the debut of the Yogi Bear show, Hey, Hey, Boo Boo, on this date in 1958. That goes back a few years. Yeah, 1958. Yogi had first appeared, he was a guest on the Huckleberry Hound series some years ago. Another very popular character. I'm not sure Huckleberry was quite as popular as Yogi became, but he was still one of my favorites.
Wow.
Yeah, anyway.
Piece of trivia for today.
Yes.
Piece of trivia for today.
Yes.
Well, on today's show, we do have Dr. David Hines, who is representing the music department at Mount Olive College. Oh, yeah. He's talking to us about some great things that are happening very soon at Mount Olive and opportunities for the community to go and see. Yeah. Not local talent, but talent that's coming to Mount Olive. And I believe you spoke with Donna Phillips. I
did. I spoke with Donna Phillips, who brought a guest with her, and we talked about Wayne County Reads. And I'm looking forward to hearing that interview because there's a lot of great information there. And I couldn't believe Wayne County Reads, we're on our 10th book.
We've been doing it that long?
10 years.
Wow.
That's right. We're on our 10th book. It's Bless Me Ultima. And Bless Me Ultima, and it's an interesting book, and I think you'll find the interview interesting. A lot of good information there.
Many people are a part of Wayne County Reads, or Wayne County Reads. That's
Wayne County Reads, and if you want to know more about it, I'll go ahead and give you the website right now. It's WayneCountyReads.com.
Oh, that's nice and simple.
Yeah, it's very simple.
That's great.
Get all kinds of information there.
And then the third interview on today's show is David WEIL is being interviewed by Sherry Archibald at the Paramount Theater, and I'm sure he's talking about the big fifth anniversary celebration of the reconstruction of the Paramount Theater. They're having a gala coming up soon. It's actually February the 8th, and he'll give you all the details about that and talk about how he was a part of the rebuilding and the reconstruction of the Paramount Theater.
Yeah, he was. He's one of my favorite people. He was so much more than just a part of the rebuilding of the Paramount.
He was a leader. He was the leader.
He was the backbone behind the entire effort. Was. And he's one of my favorite people. I think he's just a great guy.
I agree. He's a huge asset for our community.
Indeed, he is. And you know, he's always in the background. He never wants to be in the forefront, but he's always back there. He is pretty much a foundation of everything he gets involved with. And,
I agree. And that's what's going to be so good about this interview is you don't get to hear him speak that often about the process that he went through with the rebuilding of the Paramount Theater. So this is a great interview where you can hear it from his heart.
He was so involved with everything. He was very involved with the acoustics, getting them just perfect, and they are perfect.
Yes.
He was involved with the seats and the materials and just everything. So,
very meticulous about all of that. And he wanted to build something that, once again, our community could be very proud of for years to come. Yeah. And I would say he did that. He made that happen. Indeed, yes, he did.
He did. All right. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, yes. This is the anniversary of the first fight, fisticuffs, if you will, in the U.S. House of Representatives. Ah. The very first one was this day in 1798 when a gentleman, and I use that term loosely, by the name of Matthew Lyon of Vermont and Roger Griswold of Connecticut, you may have heard of Griswold, started the fight. Well, they started the fight and then got into fist. I mean, it was a knockdown drag out right there on the floor of the U.S. House of Representatives back in 1798. Look out, oh baby, baby. Look out.
That is not the way we would like for our representatives to settle things.
No, what's with, you know, you must reach across the aisle.
Absolutely. Reach across that aisle.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, now. Yeah, we can do it now. City and county, yeah, but it gets tough.
It
gets
does.
Tough sometimes. Of course, that doesn't say who won the fight, but it doesn't really matter, does it?
No, it does not.
1933 was the year when the first radio broadcast of The Lone Ranger originated out of Detroit, Michigan. I believe it was WXYZ, but I'm not sure about that. On the first program, Tonto's horse was Tonto's horse, as everyone knows, was named Scout.
Yes.
But on the very first program, Tonto's horse's name was Whitefeller.
Oh, really? What happened to him?
I don't know. I don't know.
Didn't work out.
It just didn't work out. Something about the union, horses union or something. Anyway, the program ran for 2,956 episodes, ended in 1955 on radio.
On radio.
On radio, that's right. 1936 was the year when Major League Baseball's Boston Braves actually changed their name. Baseball team went on to Milwaukee and then on to Atlanta. Well, in 1936, they were the Boston Braves. They changed their name to the Boston Bees.
Bees.
Bees. And believe it or not, after the Yankees, Babe Ruth played for the Bees for a short while. Yeah.
I did not know that.
He didn't help a whole lot. But thinking possibly the team's name, the Braves, was contributing to its losing record. They did win more games the following 2 years, but then they started losing big time again. So in 1940, the Boston Bees again became the Boston Braves.
Back and forth.
Back and forth. We'll have more on the almanac here a little later on. Okay? Now, what do you have, young lady?
Let's see.
Yes,
if
ma'am.
you are interested in scrapbooking, we have a scrapbooking seminar for you on Saturday, February the 2nd at 9 o'clock in the morning from 9 until 5 p.m. at Wayne County Public Library in their auditorium. They're going to have a scrapbooking crop, is what it's called, but it's actually a seminar or a time you can bring all your scrapbooking materials and you can work with others who can lead you through the process, teach you the ins and the outs and the creative ways to make a scrapbook.
Scrapbooking crop.
Yeah.
Crop?
That's the name,
Crop.
C-R-O-P, crop. Don't understand, but I'm not a scrapbooker, so there you go.
Okay.
I don't get their terms, but it is for a phone number. It's 735-1824, and that's the Wayne County Public Library. If you'd like additional information.
And always remember, crop spelled backwards is pork.
Well, thank you for that, Wayne.
Just thought
Allie.
I'd pass that along.
Thank you so much.
Good thing to remember all
Yes,
that.
it is.
The Senior Center offering a series of evidence-based classes entitled Arthritis Foundation Exercise Program. Now, if you suffer from arthritis, as many of us do,
Yes.
the program offers gentle, joint-safe exercises developed specifically for people with arthritis to help relieve stiffness and decrease arthritis pain. Now, these low-impact classes can be taken either sitting down or standing up. The 6-week class series will be held at the Senior Center Friday and Saturday afternoons beginning February 8th. Call Aaron McAuliffe at 705-1785, 705-1785 if you'd like to know more information or if you'd like to just go ahead and sign up. Now, the classes are free and open to the public, so there you go.
That's always nice.
That is nice.
We have quite a bit of that in our community, classes that are offered at no charge.
I know. And I don't know why people don't take advantage of it.
Well, I think some do, but we wish many more would.
Some do, but and oftentimes the space is limited.
Right, exactly.
So when you hear about something like that, get on the phone quickly.
That's right. You know, you were mentioning baseball a minute ago in your trivia
Yes.
excerpts. We have some local baseball celebrities here in our community.
Oh, yeah, we've got a ton of them.
We do, we really do. And they're having their 7th annual Wayne County Hot Stove League banquet on Monday, February the 4th. It's going to be out at Lane Tree Golf Club. It is at 6:30 p.m. It'll last till about 9. Tickets are $15 for adults and $10 if you're 18 and under. For more information, you can call Larry Gerard at 919-921-1412. There's many people that are heading this up. Roger Nairn, Rooster Nairn, Roger May, and the list goes on and on. But if you're interested in attending that, it is February the 4th at Lane Tree Golf Club.
Oh, boy.
There are many of our baseball's finest right there.
The wall that heals
Yes.
is the Traveling Vietnam Veterans Memorial, and it will be coming to Wayne County on the week of April 15th, 16th, and all the way that entire week. So we're going to tell you more about that the closer we get to it. Just be prepared for that, and we want you to visit the wall that heals.
That's exactly
We'll tell you
right,
where
and
it's
we'll
gonna
be
be.
continuing to give additional information on that.
That's right. I want you to be aware
That's
of it
right.
now.
We'll keep telling you about it. The American Legion is having their monthly meeting. Post 215, Brian Best is heading that up. It's going to be on Tuesday, February the 12th at 7 o'clock p.m. The location is by William Street Post Office. It's 112 Patrick Street here in Goldsboro. It says they'll be having their monthly general members meeting on Tuesday, back in December, and all veterans are invited to attend, but in February they'll be having their monthly meeting on the 12th. Don't know why that's there.
That's the American Legion.
Yes, that is the American Legion Post 215.
Post 215.
That's what it says right there.
It does say that, doesn't it?
Does that not sound right?
No, it does. It does. I'm sure it sounds fine. I'm just thinking the American Legion. Does it say where it is?
That's the one on,
on
by the
Patrick
post
Street,
office.
by the post office
Yes.
down here. That runs between East Ash and Mulberry.
Yes, it does.
Okay. All right.
That's right.
Very good. Well, let's see what else we might be able to pass along to you there. It is Wednesday, by the way. Can you believe that?
I know.
Almost
It's the 30th.
I know. The end of the month already.
I know. So, you know, now that it's the end of January, what are we thinking about? Valentine's Day.
Is that what?
Well,
yeah, that's what we're thinking
That's what we're thinking about. Well, on Saturday, February the 9th, the Arts Council of Wayne County is holding a Family Heart, H-E-A-R-T, of course. Heart. That's right. Valentine's party.
Oh, okay. A Valentine's party.
Valentine's party.
Okay.
It's called Family Heart Valentine's Party at the Arts Council of Wayne County, Saturday, February the 9th, 10 a.m. The cost is $10. You'll be creating cute Valentine's Day crafts. If you pay $10, all your supplies will be given to you, and then, of course, they'll give you some guidance on what the project will be, and then you can take that Valentine's Day craft and give it to your love.
That is amazing.
That's right. Whether your mom could be your mom, your dad, your friend, grandparents, could be lots of people.
And I understand Valentine's Day is in February this year.
I think it might be on the 14th, Wayne.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Write that down.
That's right.
All right. You know,
Yes.
now, I was going to ask a question. Now, don't take this the wrong way, but you know what slang is, right?
Slang, yes, I do.
Is all right. People use words for, you know, shortcuts and things like that.
Yes.
I have a list of
Slang words.
slang words from 1967. Actually, it was
Oh,
from
that'll be interesting.
a dictionary from 1967. These slang words go way back even further than that. For instance, if someone is in the ketchup, you know what that means?
Nope.
In the ketchup, at one time, this is a long time ago now, actually it was in the first half of the 20th century. In the ketchup meant that you're operating in a deficit.
Oh,
It
you're
means
in the ketchup.
You're in the hole, yeah.
You don't want to be in the red.
You don't want to be in the red. You don't want to be
another
in,
slang.
in the ketchup. That's right. That's what it meant.
That's right.
If you're in the red, you're in the ketchup.
Okay.
John Hollowlegs. He's a John Hollowlegs.
Now, what does that mean?
That
John
mean he was
Hollowlegs?
hungry.
He was hungry.
He was hungry.
Oh,
Yeah,
he had
John-
hollow legs.
John Hollowlegs.
So I guess we have filled legs if we're full.
Yeah. You know, when I was a youngster, you know, they used to make fun of me, or some of them, you know, a couple of neighbors would say, yeah, he ate so much, he must have a hollow leg, or something like that. So that's John Hollowlegs. That's where that came from.
Interesting.
Where does he put it all? Well, he's got a hollow leg. That was mainly used by hobos.
Okay.
We'll just say hobos and tramps who traveled, vagabonds, if you will.
Okay.
Here's another. Happy cabbage.
He's a happy cabbage.
He's a happy cabbage.
Wayne, are you a happy cabbage?
Well, a happy cabbage actually referred to money.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Happy cabbage was a sizable amount of money to be spent on self-satisfying things, such as, hey, I'm going to go out and buy myself a new hat. I got plenty of happy cabbage.
Ah, okay.
Of course, I don't wear hats. But if I did, I'd buy it with happy cabbage.
Have not heard that one ever.
And I have an asparagus that's absolutely thrilled. But that's beside the point. A zib. If he's a zib,
Not interested.
well, no, he's not. He's not. He's a zib. Z-I-B is a nondescript nincompoop.
Okay.
Now,
He's a zib.
you take the word nincompoop. We won't even go there. How's that? I just changed my mind.
Yep.
He's a zib. You don't want to fool around with a zib, no. And zings.
Z-I-N-G?
He's got the zings. That
He's got
means
the zings.
He partied too hard last night.
Oh, he's got the zings.
Yeah. These and other great verbiage can be yours. Send me $1,000 today.
He's kidding.
On second thought, no, never mind about that. Yes, I'm just joking around. Anyway,
That is cute. That's fun. Thank you for
I've got
that.
some more of those, sure.
Wayne's got lots of cabbage.
Happy cabbage.
Happy cabbage, sorry.
I wish I had some happy cabbage.
We'll have to keep
No.
practicing that one. Happy cabbage.
Happy cabbage.
Okay. Let's see. I believe, or do we want to go ahead to Mount Olive College, I believe, and let's hear from Dr. David Hines.
Let's
And
do that.
also, I think we'll go ahead and listen to your interview with you and Donna Phillips on Wayne County Reads.
Great. Okay.
That's up next. Hi, and welcome back to the show. I'm Kim Best, your host. With me today is Dr. David Hines. He is the Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences at Mount Olive College. Welcome, David.
Good morning, Kim.
Glad to have you on the show.
Glad to be here.
So you all are offering some very exciting things in the School of Arts and Sciences at Mount Olive College.
Yes, and part of our program, of course, includes our music program. And
Right.
one of the things we've tried to build through our program is an art series. Try to bring good art music to Eastern North Carolina. Variety, I mean, it could be programs like the Baroque Art Project we had earlier, which was really interesting to me. We had the John Brown Jazz Quartet this past fall, and still art music, but an exciting evening, a fun evening. So we try to bring a variety of musical events to the community and hope people enjoy it.
And you do this through your concert series, correct?
Concert series sponsored by our music department and Friends of the College.
Right, that's wonderful. So now how many do you have? Is it like ongoing throughout the entire year?
It's ongoing. We try to have at least 2 significant events each semester.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes we can do more depending on the funding,
Of course.
depending on who we can book at any given time, but at least 2 major events a year, and got one coming up just around the corner.
Yes, tell me about that.
This is going to be a fun event. We've got a group coming, Avante. They're actually located in the Research Triangle area.
They're a vocal ensemble?
Vocal ensemble, 4 men, 4 women. Best way I can describe them, it's a larger Manhattan Transfer. Some
Oh,
of the
that
people
sounds
my
fun.
people my age and maybe a little younger, a little older might be familiar with that. But a cappella music.
Oh, wow.
They do a combination of jazz standards, pop music. It will be a fun evening. I've listened to these guys and some of their clips on YouTube, and they just knocked my socks off.
That
They're
is great.
good.
So that's the Avante Vocal Ensemble.
Absolutely.
And when are they coming to Mount Olive College?
Coming on Saturday, February the 2nd. It's at 7:30, and will actually be at an old facility, but it's a new facility for Mount Olive College. It's the old Mount Olive College High School.
Yes.
That has now become a part of our building family at the college, and we used to refer to it as Assembly Hall, but most recently we renamed that after former President J. William Byrd.
Exactly.
So now it's Byrd Assembly Hall, and absolutely we're glad to be honor Dr. Byrd in this way. He's certainly deserving of the honor. But the hall itself is located right off of Main Street. It's on Wooten Street, but you can see it from Main Street, Mount Olive.
Okay.
And it really is a fantastic venue for concerts. The acoustics in that room are just phenomenal.
Yes, they are. I've been there myself, and it is fantastic. Well, now, how can people find out more about Avante, or how do they pay to come see this? Do they need tickets ahead of time, or how does that work?
Don't need tickets ahead of time. Just show up. The tickets will be $10. They're sold at the door. Seating is first come, first served. So if you want, of course, there's not a bad seat in the house.
Right.
But I mean, I like to get up close and personal. I mean, I like to see the
Oh, yes.
people when they're singing. But so come a little bit early if you want the best seats. But at 7:30, and plenty of parking, plenty of seating, shouldn't be a problem. Best way to get information on the group is just go to our regular webpage, moc.edu, and when you look at when you go to our webpage, we have a banner that floats that gives the coming events, the latest things happening. You can click on the link there and it'll take you right to a description of the concert and the event.
Perfect, perfect. Gives you the location and everything.
Location and everything,
Wonderful.
absolutely.
So that's the Avante Vocal Ensemble coming February the...
2nd,
At what time?
7:30 p.m.
$10 of the tickets. It's general admission.
General
Purchase them
admission.
right there at the door.
At the door.
Wonderful. Well, thank you guys for what you're offering at Mount Olive College. We're glad you are on board and you're coming on the show once a month now to share things that are happening at Mount Olive College.
There's a lot going on, I can tell you
You
that.
do have a lot going on. We appreciate it, and thanks for being with us today.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you, Kim.
Absolutely. So if you're interested in seeing Avante Vocal Ensemble, go to Mount Olive College's website, click on upcoming events, and you can find out more details about Avante Vocal Ensemble.
Today we're talking with Donna Phillips. Donna is director of the Wayne County Public Library, as you well know. And Donna, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Wayne.
Our topic today is the Wayne County Reads 2013 selection. And you brought a guest with you. Who's this young lady?
I did, Wayne. This is ALMA ISLAS, and ALMA is a student at Wayne Community College, and she is the newest member on this year's Wayne County Reads Committee.
Outstanding. Well, Alma, welcome to the studio
you.
with us here, and thank you for being with us. Tell us, what do you feel you bring to the Wayne County Reads Committee, and tell us about ALMA ISLAS.
Thank you for asking that question. I first heard of Wayne County Reads when I was in high school. I was in the 10th grade, and the book that they were focusing on that year was Night. That I found that was an awesome book, incredible book, and I wanted to know what more they were doing. So whenever I got to Wayne Community College, one of the members there, she invited me to join the committee, especially because this year they were focusing on Hispanic culture. I thought that was very impressive, being that Hispanics are growing in this county. And I thought that I would be very beneficial to the committee because I can appeal to the Hispanic community and also help bring ideas to what they're going to be doing. For example, the festival that we'll be holding later on this year, I'll locating some dancers, hopefully bring more tradition of the Hispanic culture this year to what we're doing.
All right, and now Wayne County Reads has a very long and varied schedule, and I'll ask you in just a few moments about what's on that schedule and how Wayne County itself will be able to enjoy Wayne County Reads selection of the book this year. The book is Bless Me Ultima by Rodolfo Anaya.
Correct.
Now tell me, Donna, the book is I understand we're in our 10th year, is that right?
10th year, Wayne.
I can't believe that.
I can't either. We wanted to bring the titles of the books, and unfortunately a few were checked out, but when we were gathering them, I was like, this is the 10th year of Wayne County Reads. And it grows and grows each year. Yeah. Every year our committee is comprised of members of the community, and it changes a little bit each year with the theme of the book. But again, this year, some of the major members of the community are the Wayne Community College, Wayne County Public Schools, Wayne Country Day School, Mount Olive College. We have Seymour Johnson Air Force Base Library involved on our committee, and a host of other folks in the community. But 10th year. And we're excited about this title. We've wanted for some time to have a title that we could talk about, read, and discuss in our community that would help us learn about the Latino culture.
Well, tell me about the book itself, the Bless Me Ultima. Is it? It's written by Mr. Senor Anaya. Now, tell me about him. Well, first of all, tell me about the book. Is the book? Is it mystery? Is it fictional, autobiographical, or what?
Okay. Well, this book is actually autobiographical in nature.
Okay.
The novel was set in eastern New Mexico during the time of World War II, and the story is about a young boy named Antonio Maraz y Luna, and it's a coming-of-age story. And there are some central themes in the story, such as struggle with identity, family, faith, the land. There's a lot of conversation in the novel about the land and what the land teaches us. And so also folks might be interested in knowing that this particular book, Bless Me Ultima, was selected for a Big Read title in 2009. The Big Read is a community-wide reading program that is sponsored by the National Endowment for the Arts. So we were happy to have this as the selection for 2013.
The book, Bless Me Ultima, the classic novel, with a new introduction by the author, Rodolfo Anaya. He also, he's a writer. He's written other things as well. Albuquerque's one of them, New Mexico. But Albuquerque's one of them. The book, Alma, tell me about the author, Rodolfo Anaya.
Yes. Okay, well, the author, he's Mexican-American, and of course he wanted to bring out in this book in particular, he wanted to bring out the, like she mentioned, the coming out of a little boy. And what the little boy struggles with is he finds that he's trying to discover what he wants to do when he grows up, which is something we can all relate, and it's not just a Hispanic culture thing that we do, it's worldwide. And pretty much what happens there is he struggled with Catholicism and his family wanting him to do, his mom wants him to do this, and his dad wants him to do this, so he questions a lot what his purpose of when he grows up, what he's going to turn out to be.
I believe you said earlier, as we were talking before we started taping, that his mother wanted him to become a priest.
That's correct.
And his father said, no, you want to do something else. So his father had his own ideas, his mother had this idea, and apparently Rodolfo had other ideas.
Right.
And actually, in the novel, Wayne, Antonio, the main character's mother, they were a farming people. So Antonio's mother's father was a farmer, and they were very tied to the land. So a lot of people in Wayne County can relate to that. And then his father was from a family of cowboys, and cowboys like to roam the range, and they don't like to stay in one place. So there's this conflict in the novel going on about staying tied to the land and moving on to bigger and better things.
Correct.
Okay, so so I want to ask for the ending, but it sounds like a very interesting book, novel, in that we can all relate to it in some way. As a young man, he's growing up and just trying to decide his life path. His family they're farmers, so we can all relate to that here in Wayne County. The book, there are several events planned for the book in Wayne County Reads 2013. Alma, if you would, give me an idea of some of the things we have planned coming up.
Of course, we have starting our kickoff that will be on February 4th, and it's open to the public. It's free, and I really invite everyone to come out. We're going to have Hannah Gills, an author, and she wrote three books, and they are also focused in the Hispanic culture. And we're very lucky to have her here. So I invite everybody to this event, and we're also having many more. Like I mentioned earlier, we're having the festival, and we're hoping to have dancers there so everybody can get a little taste of the Hispanic culture. And we will also be having food during the kickoff, and my aunt is actually making agua de horchata and agua de tamarindo.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And where's the food going to be served?
At Wayne Community College.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Anyway, there's several events planned.
There are, and when we've tried to, when we decide what our programming is going to be each year, we try to have something that will appeal to everyone. So certainly we always want to have book discussions. That's
sure.
First and foremost.
Right.
So there will be book discussions held at the public library, and all of these activities are actually on the website. And Alma, can you give them the web address for that?
It's WayneCountyReads.com.
So you can go to that website or to the library's website and click on the link, Wayne County Reads.
WayneCountyReads.com or WCPL.org.
That's correct. But other activities, Wayne, that we have in addition to book discussions and the kickoff event that Alma has already mentioned is there will be a discussion about medicinal and native plants, because that's a heavy theme in the story. Healing is a story in using native plants. We will have, there will be a book club discussion at the base library. We also are going to have a panel discussion, and that'll be held at the library. And so we'll have a panel of folks from our community, young and old alike, that will discuss those themes of the book, faith, family.
Alma, do you feel perhaps he's having difficulty with the family? Is there a struggle between his parents and this young man, and he's having trouble deciding which direction he should take?
Yes, that's exactly what's going on in the book.
So this is very typical of a young person pitted against his parents and trying to make that decision about what he wants to do in life.
Exactly right, which is one of the reasons why I think that everybody can enjoy reading this book, because that's something we can all relate to no matter what your culture is.
Did he grow up to become an author, or does he do something else?
I thought you said you wouldn't ask for the ending of the book.
Oh, that's right.
We want you to read it and come to the programs, Wayne.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I'm not going to ask for the ending. I'll just have to wait and see. Perhaps I'll even read the book.
We'd love for you to read the book and come to the book discussion. It'll be entertaining.
All right, so the book discussion is when?
Okay, the book discussion that will be held at the Wayne County Public Library on Ash Street is on Thursday, February the 7th, and that will be at noon. And a light lunch will be provided.
Oh,
so
boy.
you can come during your lunch hour and have good discussion with us about Bless Me Ultima.
And all this information is available on the website, WayneCountyReads.com. and WCPL.org, Wayne County Public Library. And oh boy, this is great. This is great. So there will be events held all the way through the beginning of March, I see.
Yes.
For the entire month of February.
Alma mentioned the festival, and that actually is our culminating event, Wayne, and that will be held at the Wayne Center on March 2nd. And that will be a cultural celebration. That's how we best describe that. And so there are food, dance, music, something for the whole family. So that'll be something that young and old alike can come and enjoy together.
A lot of fun.
Most
a lot
definitely.
of fun. So this is our 10th book. Donna, we have had so many marvelous books. To Kill a Mockingbird, you mentioned Night. Elie Wiesel, I believe, is the author of Night. There was Walking Across Egypt. We have, there's so many wonderful selections. For anyone who may not be familiar with Wayne County Reads, give us a background briefly.
Okay.
What's it all about?
Well, Wayne County Reads is an effort to have the entire community read one book together and to have conversations about that book. And usually we choose a book that has some underlying theme, a theme that's important to our community. And it's just wonderful, Wayne, to be in the grocery store. This happens to me often. I'll be in the grocery store standing in line and someone will be behind me and I can hear them discussing that year's title. And so I turn around and say, oh boy, by the way, a golden opportunity. But we just absolutely love that our community would come together around reading a book and having discussions about that.
That's wonderful. Well, Alma, you're a student at Wayne Community College.
That's correct.
Where did you go to high school here?
I went to Charles B. Aycock.
Okay, and you're a student at Wayne Community College. What are your plans?
My plans are to hopefully transfer to Carolina and study business administration while I'm there.
All right, and I'll ask, do you have plans beyond that? It's not necessary because you still have a lot of time.
Most definitely, but my long-term goal is to start a nonprofit organization to help the Hispanic community out and help those needy people, not just Hispanics, but any other special population who really wants to have the hunger to succeed, and I would like to help them out. That's my long-term goal.
Well, thank you for being with us today.
Thank
Alma ISLAS, and I thank you very much. And Donna, always great to see you as well.
Thank you, Wayne.
And you're always invited back.
Thank you.
Wayne County Reads 2013, WCPL.org or WayneCountyReads.com. And to WGTV today.
Yes,
Wayne
you are.
Goldsboro Television, right?
That's right. Thank you for being with us, and we're continuing to share local events and happenings right here in our community to keep you updated.
You know, I know Donna mentioned several things there,
She certainly
but there's a lot of things going on with with Wayne County Reads. We talked about the kickoff, a book discussion, medicinal and native plants. I found interesting when she touched on that a little while ago. This is Dr. Bullard out of Faison, and a lot of people know Dr. Bullard, and he is a genius when it comes to plants.
That's his area of expertise, isn't it?
That's his thing. That and hardwoods, not hardwoods, but when he talks about plants, he's talking about shrubbery and that sort of thing. He's brilliant, and he will be giving a discussion on medicinal and native plants of the Carolinas, and that will be on February 12th in the video conference room at Moy Library at Mount Olive College. Now, there'll be a book discussion on base at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base February 13th, a panel discussion on February 19th in WEIL Auditorium at the Wayne County Public Library, story time with Ron Jones, Native American Hispanic Folklore for Children and Their Families, February 23rd. Anyway, it goes on and on and on. There's just a lot of things to do with Wayne County Reads 2013 this year, and again, you can get more information by going to WayneCountyReads.com or WCPL.org.
You think it is .org?
Yeah, it's WayneCountyReads.com and WCPL.org.
Perfect.
All right.
Want to remind you about the Boy Scout Troop 258 having a pancake breakfast fundraiser.
Wow.
That's right. It's Saturday, February the 2nd at 8 a.m. It's going to take place at Pine Forest United Methodist Church, which is out in the Rosewood community. It's $5 per person. You can eat in or take out. If you eat in, it's all you can eat for $5. Let's see. If you'd like to find out additional information, you can email them and go to their website at troop258rosewood.weebly.com. Don't know what Weebly stands for. We talked about that
We
yesterday, I
talked about it
believe.
yesterday, and I meant to look that up.
Yeah, we sure did.
It's a website hosting. If you go there.
Ah, it's
Oh,
a website
okay,
host.
okay.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
Well,
that-
there you go. That makes
Okay,
sense.
I thought it had something to do with scouting, which...
I did too, because they
you
have
know,
Weeblos.
Exactly.
That's what made us think of that.
That's what I was thinking of.
That's
But anyway,
right.
moving on here. Thanks for that input there, Ms.
That's right.
Ms.
We do
producer
want
person.
to support our local Boy Scout troops, though.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
So
Oh,
go
yes.
eat some pancakes.
I got a trivia question for
All
you.
right, I'm ready to hear it.
Okay, here we go. The category is names you don't know,
Names you don't know.
but you know the character.
Ah,
What famous fictional television character's name was Norval Rogers? And I bet you most people know this character, but they don't know him by his character's name of Norval Rogers. They know him by another name, and he was not a superhero, I promise.
so that's his character name,
That's the
Norval
character's name.
Rogers.
But on the show, he was known not by Norval Rogers, which was his name on the show, but he was known by another name. He was a fictional character, and let me tell you right now,
What decade?
this would have been the 80s.
Okay,
This is a fictional character, yes, and here's a big clue.
okay.
It was animation.
Aha.
Who was Norval Rogers?
Who was
Norval
Norval Rogers? That's a
Rogers.
character on a television show in the 80s. Television show.
Could have started in the 70s.
It was
I'm not
animated.
really sure. Could have started in the 70s. But everybody knows this person.
Okay.
Just about everybody. Norval Rogers was the character's name, but he was known on the program by another name. In fact, it was a nickname. Now, nickname, animation, 80s and 70s. It's a giveaway.
Somebody popped to mind, but I just don't know if it's right.
Okay, who was it?
Fat Albert?
That is a great answer.
Is it? Because
Yeah.
for some reason that just clicked in my head.
It's
It may not be
wrong.
right. Well,
But
thank
it's
you.
great.
That is
That's a
wrong.
very good
But it's
answer.
a good answer.
Fat Albert, yeah, and that's one of my favorites.
What was Fat Albert's real name then?
I have no idea what Fat Albert's real name was, but
Fat Albert.
I don't know.
I'm not really sure, as a matter of fact. It was Albert something.
Are you going to tell us the answer now, or do we have to wait?
We have to wait.
We have to wait.
Have to wait until the next segment, okay?
Okay.
But just think about that. I bet somebody knows this. Because it's
Is it kind of like a Fat Albert character?
no.
No. Oh, well, there you go. I wasn't close at all.
Well, it was animation,
Okay.
okay? It was animation, 70s and 80s. And he was better known by a nickname.
Okay. We'll keep thinking. We'll put our thinking caps on, and we'll keep thinking about it.
I would never have known it.
She's got it.
Our producer has it, but she's not going to tell us.
I can tell by the look on their face.
Uh-huh.
But I wouldn't have gotten it.
Oh,
But I didn't watch that.
oh, okay. She didn't watch that show.
Okay.
Well, somebody did.
Somebody did. That's right.
And if you don't get that one, I've got another one for you.
Okay. We're going to wait for you to tell us the answer in a little bit.
All right. Diabetes Part 1.
Yes.
We talked about this yesterday. But the Diabetes Part 1 program on February 6th at the Senior Center begins at 10:30 in the morning. It's an AM show program thing. Carolyn Robertson is an RN. That's a registered nurse.
Yes.
She will do part 1 of a presentation on diabetes. The program will be held at the Senior Center. A question and answer period will follow the program. The program is free and open to the public again.
Once again.
And if you want information about that, you call our buddy Aaron at the Senior Center at 705-1785, 919-705-1785, 10:30 in the morning on February 6th. Okay?
Well, Wayne, many of us have dogs as pets.
I know. We do.
Many of us do. But do we understand what our dog is trying to tell us most of the time?
You mean besides woof?
Well, what does woof mean?
It means that's the top of the house.
That's a roof,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
not a woof.
Eh.
Now, recent studies have shown things like, does the wagging of your dog's tail mean that he's happy? What would you think?
I would have to say yes. Either that or it's wet and he's trying to dry it off.
Okay, well,
Okay.
let's see. Recent studies have shown that our faithful companions can track human eye movements, sniff out diseases, and sometimes before our doctors do, they know that, and they're wagging their tails for very different reasons.
You know, I have heard about this.
Yes.
This is fantastic. This is fascinating.
It says since dogs have not mastered the English language yet, there's a good deal of mind reading required when it comes to understanding our canines. They're mind readers.
Oh,
How about that?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, the list goes on and on. It says, if you look at your dog's eyes, you can see so much. There's so many muscles around each eye that they can quickly change from an attack mode to a fight mode to an I'm starving mode, especially if they're near a table. They can change just like that. They really can. But the list goes on and on about what things mean that our dogs do and how they read us and how a lot of it doesn't have to do with what we're physically doing, but mentally they can read what our body language is and read what we're feeling and what we're saying.
You know, I love dogs. I love all animals, but I love dogs. And ever since I was a youngster, I have never been afraid of a dog.
Really?
There have been dogs I would not approach because I know better. You know when a dog is angry or you should know. You can usually tell from the bark, the kind of bark, whether he is an aggressive attack type dog or not. Usually you can tell, usually. But I have a lot of common sense when it comes to dogs. That's about the only place I do. But you can just about tell to stay away or not to approach. But I learned recently not to smile.
Oh, really?
At a dog.
Why? What does that mean? What does that?
They read that as an aggression.
A smile.
A smile. You're showing your teeth.
You're showing your teeth.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. When you show your teeth, you're being aggressive.
Right. Now, if
so
you know
smile
the dog,
with your mouth closed.
If you know, yeah, that would work. But if you know the dog and the dog knows you, then it would be okay because he knows you and he knows you're not being. But a strange dog, don't
show your teeth.
Don't grin or show your teeth because they think it's a sign of aggression. Yeah.
That is an interesting fact. We learned something today.
I learned something. I learned that here a few months back, and it's
wow. Well, that makes sense though because that's what they do with one another to intimidate one another.
That's right.
Huh. Interesting. Interesting. And we'll give you more dog facts.
Other tips.
That's right. Later today. That's right.
Okay.
Well, I believe we'll go on now to the Paramount Theater and let's hear the interview between Sherry Archibald and David WEIL all about the 5th anniversary of the Paramount Theater.
Hi, I'm Sherry Archibald with the Paramount Theater. Welcome, and we are going to talk with a special guest today, Mr. David WEIL. Mr. WEIL, thank you so much for being here today. I know this is not one of your favorite things to do, but I really appreciate you taking a few moments to talk about the last 5 years in the Paramount Theater. About this time 6 years ago, you were knee-deep in construction.
That's right.
And going through plans, getting things done. Looking back over the last 5 years, I just wanted to get your perspective on what you've seen, maybe things that you are pleased with for success, maybe things that you would like for us to improve upon.
Sherry, I appreciate your inviting me, and yes, you're right, it's not my favorite thing to do. 5 years ago and 6 years ago, you may recall that we built the Paramount not with a set of plans, but under the concept of design build, which meant that we built it as we went along and created plans as we went along. And so for that year and 2 months that it was under construction, I was here in this building, I think, every day of the week for that 14 months. Frankly, I didn't know how it was going to work out. And looking back on it, I often wonder why I thought I could build a theater. But I had good advice, a lot of help, and it sort of came together as we moved along. We had before I talk about programming, which is really what this building is about, otherwise it's just a building. But I'd like to mention that one of the things that we didn't anticipate was the fact that when the old building was removed, we found that the ground underneath it was so weak that we needed to put in some pilings. And so we had to construct 20 pilings out of concrete and steel and put them 25 feet into the ground to support the weight of this building. Well, that's just one of the sort of things that we didn't know about until we got underway with the theater. And I've often said the Paramount really is nothing but a building. It's only as good as the programming. I had always felt that Goldsboro had a tradition of theater, dance, and music, and I was satisfied that there would be enough programming. I didn't realize just how much there would be. It has exceeded anything I ever anticipated. I don't know the exact count, but we've had hundreds of performances. We've had thousands of performers, and we've had tens of thousands of patrons in the building since it opened.
That is true. We have our numbers steadily increase every year, and so I think we've been very pleased with that. The Performing Arts Series is something that's different and new to our Paramount Theater. Previously, before the fire, we were strictly community theater. And so I think that was a huge asset, certainly for our community, to be able to bring professional artists here and share their talents with our community, and to also be able to have such wonderful local talent. We really have the best of both worlds in that manner.
We really do. But as I mentioned, Goldsboro had a history of theater. It goes back at least to the time of the old Messenger Opera House, which was in the 1890s. And because Goldsboro was on a railroad, performance groups would travel along that railroad, stop here in Goldsboro, and that theater had 900 seats at a time that the population of Goldsboro was 1,500. So I can't imagine, frankly, that it was an economic success, but it was just someone thought that this town was ripe for theater.
Well, Mr. Will, you, of course, were extremely instrumental and spearheaded the project for us to have the Paramount Theater. And on behalf of the Goldsboro City Council, our city leadership, our staff, and our volunteers, we say thank you for your efforts in that. You've continued to be extremely involved, however, not intrusive. You've been so easy to work with, and I appreciate that, because it's been, anytime that we've had any questions or concerns, anytime we needed some feedback, you are readily available. But also, anytime we had tours ready to go, you were here with a lot of students to be able to provide the history and the interest that you had with them, and I think that was very advantageous for them to be able to see that and to be able to connect you with our Paramount Theater. So we're really glad to be able to have you as part of that history. I thank you so much. If there's anything else that you want to add, certainly let me know. Would you like to add anything else to this interview?
Two things, if I may.
Please.
First, I've always said that I wish I could personally conduct a tour for every citizen of Wayne County. I'm running about 90,000 short, but there's still time. And I'm hopeful that in this coming year we can continue to offer tours to people that are interested in seeing how the theater is really built, not just walking in and sitting in the seats, but going backstage, going up on the catwalk and that sort of thing. The other thing I wanted to say, Sherry, is that I think what's made the Paramount a success is the staff that you've put together, the shows that you have brought here, and the leadership that you provided to the people who run the Paramount. I think it's extraordinary, and I'm very proud to be associated with it. Well,
thank you very much, Mr. Will. It is a pleasure, and it is a pleasure to have you here today, and we are looking forward to celebrating our 5th anniversary, February the 8th at 7 p.m. Tickets are available at the Paramount Theater at www.goldsboroparamount.com or right here on South Center Street. You can also call us at 583-8432. We look forward to seeing you at the 5th Anniversary Gala.
And we're back on WGTV today. Wayne, that was a great interview with David and Sherry. It was.
I'll tell you, I love that. That's great. Love the Paramount.
And I love to hear his perspective on things.
I know. Well, let's
What
see
you got?
here. I've got, the year was 1956, looking over the almanac here. 17,000 people braved a Denver, Colorado snowstorm to attend a concert by Webb Pierce, Red Foley, Ray Price, and Floyd Kramer. And of course, back in 1956, mid-50s, these were big names. Of course, they were country, but country was big in the 50s as it is now. But can you imagine snowstorm, a blizzard,
And they're coming out to see a concert.
17,000 people attend. Now that's dedication.
It is. That's wanting to see a concert bad.
And speaking of Elvis, the very same day, Elvis Presley recorded Blue Suede Shoes for RCA Records. Now, of course, he was not the only person to record Blue Suede Shoes. Carl Perkins wrote it. Carl Perkins recorded it. The hit version on Sun by Presley would peak at number 4 on the charts 3 weeks later by Carl Perkins. Elvis's version peaked at number 24. So Perkins, who wrote the song,
Did much
hit
better.
number 4 with it and did much better. But Perkins, who was they were friends, but they were kind of in competition with each other. But Perkins was badly injured in a car accident, and that kind of put temporarily halted his career for a while, and Elvis just took off.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That was in 1956. And then in 1982, one of my favorites, Lightnin' Hopkins. Lightnin' Hopkins died in Houston, Texas at the age of 69. He had over 100 albums, probably 1,000 or so singles.
But what did Lightnin' sing?
Lightnin' Hopkins was a blues singer.
Blues,
I mean,
okay.
a low-down blues singer. Misery blues. He sang about everything that was terrible.
Everything
how
was sad
things-
and bad.
Oh, it was horrible. Everything was horrible.
And people wanted to hear about horrible things.
Yeah, they did. In fact, Lightnin' Hopkins is credited with being one of the beginning, one of the entertainers who first kind of sort of introduced rock and roll to the masses when he was
He got out of his slump.
well,
and wasn't so sad anymore?
The music kind of it became a little faster paced.
Okay.
And kind of evolved into rock and roll, and he and Fats Domino and Little Richard are those who are credited with the beginnings of rock and roll. Birthdays today include Gene Hackman. He is 82. Popeye Doyle and a bunch of other people too. Gene Hackman, 82. Comedian Brett Butler, very funny lady, 54 she is. Vanessa Redgrave is 76, and Phil Collins.
Yes.
Phil Collins is 61.
Boy, in his day, he was one more popular singer, wasn't he?
Very
He had
popular.
some great songs.
Drummer man.
He
Yeah.
was. He had some great ones.
Yeah. What you got?
Let's see. Not much. Mine's all about dogs right now. Hold on, I'm looking.
Program's going to the dogs. Well, while you're looking there, let me give you the answer to today's trivia question. The question was, who was Norval Rogers? Now, that's a fictional name of a fictional character on television. It was an animated series, cartoon, if you will. And he was a very popular character, but he was on an ensemble program where there were several characters involved. He was only one of them. The main character was not even human.
The Jetsons?
No.
That was much later in life.
That was a little later, but this was 70s and 80s kind of stuff. But Norval Rogers was Shaggy on Scooby-Doo.
Oh, okay. I had never heard him called that.
Well, that was his name that was his real name, the character's real name.
Well, how were people supposed to know that? Because they always called him Shaggy.
They always called him Shaggy, but somewhere in one of the shows.
One time they said his name.
Okay, maybe 2 or 3 of the shows. Anyway, his name was Norval Rogers, and...
Well, Norval just don't fit Shaggy.
No.
Norval and Shaggy just don't go together.
Well, he was born, and then they called him Norval, and then as he grew up, he grew hair, facial hair, and they called him Shaggy. And I think that's where that came from.
You think that's where that came from?
Yeah, it could be.
Okay.
I don't know. I just made that up. I didn't make up the answer. I mean, no, that's true, but anyway, getting back to reality now.
That's right. Well, you heard Dr. David Hines earlier in the show talk about the Avante vocal group that is coming to Mount Olive College.
That's exciting.
Just want to remind you that is a fantastic opportunity to come hear some good music. Remember he said they were very similar to like the Manhattan Transfer style of music.
Yeah.
They'll be there February 2nd. You can get tickets right there at the door there, $10 each. First come, first serve.
That's great. It's an a cappella group,
It
right?
is an a cappella group. He told you all about it, but just
Yeah.
wanted to remind you the admission is $10 each on February the 2nd.
Yeah, I love Manhattan Transfer. And there's 8 in this group, right?
Yeah, there's 8 of them.
singers. Wow.
Guys and girls.
Fantastic. Well, look, folks, we got to run. We're almost out of time. Join us again tomorrow morning. This program airs every day, Monday through Friday, from 7 a.m., and then again at noon, and then again at 5:30.
That's right.
And then again some other time during the evening hours, and it's also on the weekend, and it goes on and on and on and on. And on. All right?
You can also find all of the past shows on WGTV Today. You can find them on the county and the city's website. Just click right on the YouTube logo on both websites. The county's website is
WayneGov.com.
and the city's website is GoldsboroNC.gov.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay, I'm just checking here.
You can click right on those YouTube links and it'll take you to our YouTube channels and you can see all the past shows there.
That's right. That's WayneGov.com. Thank you very much.
That's right.
Until tomorrow at 7 o'clock, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.